Hello everybody, welcome to Croixstreet Vegan's Vegan Cook Along. Today we'll be cooking barbecue pineapple flatbread with crispy cube taters with a lime aioli sauce. For this recipe, you'll need poblano peppers, cilantro, barbecue sauce, flatbread, pineapples, limes, vegan mayo, olive oil, red onions, red wine vinegar, and potatoes. We begin this recipe with our sliced red onion. We will use half of the red onion to cook and caramelize and the other half for pickled red onions. It's super easy to make the pickled red onions. First, you want to pour the pineapple juice over the onions. The more juice, the better. To make more pineapple juice, you simply squeeze the pineapple. Now we want to add about 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar and a pinch of salt, and stir that together. We'll set our pickled onions to the side to use later in the recipe. While we're prepping the flatbread, we want to go ahead and get the potatoes started. You want to boil the potatoes for 10 to 12 minutes until fork tender. Do not cook the potatoes all the way, as we will finish cooking the potatoes in the skillet later. Now we want to caramelize the other half of our red onions. To a skillet, add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, red onions, and cook for 5 to 7 minutes. Once lightly caramelized, we want to add our diced pineapples, red wine vinegar, and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes until the pineapples are caramelized as well. Here we go, our lovely caramelized onions and pineapples. Now it's time to assemble our flatbread pizza. We'll take about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and put on top of the flatbread and spoon that on there. Next, we'll add our barbecue sauce. About 2 to 3 tablespoons is good enough. Too much barbecue sauce is kind of too barbecuey for me, if that's a thing, but totally up to you, but less is more in my opinion. And you'll just spoon that on there. Now add the caramelized pineapples and onions. Now we'll add our poblano peppers. Add our pickled onions, and then we'll put it in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes on 450 degrees. Now let's make our lime aioli for our crispy taters. You're going to use 1 cup of vegan mayo. I use the Hillman brand, but I'm sure any vegan mayo you choose will be great. Use juice from 2 limes. Add sugar to taste, and it's totally up to you how much or how less sugar you add. Alternatives to the sugar is maple syrup. It tastes perfectly fine. I just didn't have any. You want to add 1 tablespoon of water to your aioli sauce and mix real well. If you want it to be thinner, you can add more water. And we'll set this aside for our potatoes. Here is our flatbread pizza out of the oven. To garnish, you just add some cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you can leave it off. It's still totally good. Now let's get started on the side dish of our recipe, our crispy taters. You want to put in a skillet about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and those potatoes that we boiled earlier, you want to go ahead and cube those and put them in the skillet. And it's going to take about 12 to 15 minutes to cook these potatoes down. And here you see me adding just a little bit more olive oil. It's up to you how much you add. And go ahead and add a little bit of salt and pepper, not too much, because the lime aioli sauce gives it a lot of flavor. So you don't want to use too much seasoning. But again, it's up to you. After 12 to 15 minutes, here's what our crispy taters will look like. And that's it, y'all. Here is the finished product. the barbecue pineapple flatbread pizza with lime aioli sauce. I hope you enjoy. Till next time, Plant Fam.